Hi everyone, my name is Kyle, and today I'm presenting the paper that I made in collaboration with Bunny and Ali, and it's called Understanding the Benefits of BIM Lean IPD Framework when carried out simultaneously. I hope you enjoy. Today, it's well known that the complexity and the standards required from the clients is increasingly in demand in construction endeavors. In order to achieve those expectations, the coordination and flow of information must occur seamlessly among the project participants. The efficient communication management throughout the process can occasionate inefficiency and low productivity by the teams. During the projects, the technology, the management, and the relationships are factors that are strategical to overcome the project's complexities proposed. The active and efficient use of innovative processes is maximized when principles of collaboration of the teams are fostered. Methodologies such as BIM, lean construction, and integrated project delivery are some methodologies that work in a collaborative environment with focus on improving the quality of stakeholders' relations, challenging the status quo. One of the factors that hinders the implementation of new technologies and processes are usually the lack of understanding on how these new tools are ought to be implemented. The triad of elements regarding process, information, and the people encompassing the management, technology, and relationships must be well structured, and then, after a pilot study in practice, the outcomes of the experience must be analyzed to decide which actions must be taken next. As advocated in this study, the information, the process, and people are parts performed by BIM, Lean Construction, and IPD, respectively. BIM is acting as a technology enabler of the best practices, Lean Construction as a process that follows steps to improve the productivity of the work, and IPD as an agreement that ties the multiple participants towards the goals outlined in a collaborative environment. By analysis of previous studies and then crossing findings from literature relating their tools to their proposed benefits, with the combination of the three methodologies, the improvement in productivity, schedule, budget, waste, value optimization, collaboration, creativity, communication, minimization of conflicts, and safety were the most cited aspects of these methodologies. The comparison technique used in the study cases is called qualitative comparative analysis. It is an analysis focused in collecting the perception of participants from the projects, used when there is a small number of study cases but with detailed information. For the study case comparison, the constructions are already finished with one having IPD characteristics while the other not. BIM and Lean can be presented in one or both projects. The necessary information collected for the study cases are covered by specific points: profile and experience of the stakeholders, project metrics, commercial goals, legal approach, team culture, and processes and tools used in the projects. The comparison of the study cases are assessed after the presentation of both, with tables and graphs showing their different characteristics. The assessment of the tools and process and the level of importance given to each criteria chosen to be compared are presented in the end. The criteria chosen for comparison of the study cases has to do with the processes and benefits that the use of BIM Lean IPD can deliver. Inspiration from past studies that use QCA with one or two of the methodologies in this study were also taken into consideration. The criteria was divided by 5 categories and 23 subcategories in total for each case. In overview context, basic information about the project, the timeline with the deliverables, the arrangement of the firms, and the identity and point of contact of the owner are addressed. In commercial strategies, factors regarding team and contract selection, processes, methods, and conflicts resolution are addressed. In leadership strategies, insertion of champions, decision-making structure, process of onboarding and offboarding, and team culture habits are addressed. In logistical and process statics, the resources, processes, tools, workplace environment, and technology are addressed. In building outcomes, the profit, the schedule, and achieved quality results are presented. The study cases were both selected from North America. Both accomplished the goals set in the beginning. The difference of them is related to the contract format. While in Akron Hospital the IPD was chosen, in the UBC Brock Commons the construction management at risk was the choice. Akron used all IPD principles while Brock Commons used only early collaboration and jointly developed targets. BIM and Lean were used in both, with slightly difference in the tools and methods chosen. As both projects were successfully concluded studies, what counts the most for the comparison is concerning their differences. For the overview category, the challenge from Akron Hospital was to reach budget stipulated. For Brock Commons, the greater concern was with the duration of time and compliance with the code requirements of wooden buildings. Regarding commercial strategies, the projects had different contract approaches. The commercial strategies were all based on features and enhancements supported by the best practice for each setting. In the leadership strategies, Akron decentralized decision-making provided more flexibility for the teams negotiate scope swaps during the process. In Brock Commons, each company had defined roles in the processes, yet with collaborative decision-making. In logistical and process statics, Akron's owner resorted in making a personality profiling test to reveal the leadership preferences of the teams. For Brock Commons, the use of a VDC company merging all the design projects was essential to enable prefabrication and just-in-time delivery. For the building outcomes, profit was more important in Akron Children's Hospital, whereas Brock Commons focused in the time spent and high productivity during the construction. Considering the criteria adopted to assess the projects, Akron's Children's Hospital attached considerable importance in the commercial strategies with the development of the IPD contract and the willingness to transfer knowledge to the teams. For UBC Brock Commons, the focus was more in facilitating the construction progress. That is why they resorted in better use of virtual construction techniques than in Akron Hospital. Even with different contracts, it seemed that the contractual agreement was not an overweight factor to the success of the construction. What can be argued, in contrast, was the guidance and the leadership that the owners provided to the participants was crucial for the team culture building in both projects. In the last part of the paper, the addressed questions in the beginning of the project were answered. For the tangible and immediate benefits, the most cited were the improved communication, more collaborative work, and the optimization of the product value in the eyes of the customers and users. Productivity was also enhanced. Specifically in the study case that used BIM, Lean, and IPD framework, the collaboration was improved and showed up as essential for decreasing the number of conflicts and enhance the efficiency of the design and construction process. In the literature also was found improvements in collaboration as well with communication among the participants with the use of the framework. Both LIM and IPD were verified during the pre-planning and construction in the first study case, while being mostly used in the design phase. As a final contribution, the use of the framework appeared to help the first study case, but was not mandatory for the achievement of the project goals. What was deemed more important in these two study cases were the environment of cooperative behavior, knowledge sharing, and definition of clear metrics and goals to guide the participants during the process. The study results will hopefully provide valuable information for the companies for the use of the BIM Lean IPD framework. Suggestions for further studies are related to the measurement of the implementation of the BIM Lean and IPD framework through polls and more comparisons, especially among different regions projects. The measurement of leadership level of the owners and the influence of this factor in the results of the project is also a point to be studied. Thanks for your time, and I hope you have enjoyed the presentation.